So for some strange reason, OBS keeps switching my microphone around, which is very weird. But as I was saying, is also it's interesting. I have to mute myself for the chat to start talking. But anyway, I'm just kidding. We're just sitting over here jamming to the Get a Robo theme. We'll be talking about Super Robot Wars X. We'll be talking about Batman and Robin. We'll be talking about the Cuties controversy as well, because, dear Lord, the entertainment industry needs help. So, let's get right to it. I broke the Hatman. So I guess it's just the Micah today. I don't know. Anyway, I'm hitting the music. Alright, talk about shitty Batman while I eat tacos.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't know why that was so goddamn funny. Okay, so, you all know about this movie. This movie sucks. It's terrible. It's easily the worst Batman movie ever made. Dear God, there was nothing right with this movie. Just nothing at all. Nothing at all was good about it. I have not seen Batman and Robin since I was in, I think, college. Because a friend of mine wanted to watch bad movies, and Batman Forever and Batman and Robin were on the list. But I liked Batman Forever more. I checked out of this like halfway through. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I can't even try to pay attention anymore. So I just dicked around the internet and had it playing in the fucking background. And occasionally I'd look up and, oh, there's fucking Poison Ivy doing some stupid ass shit. There's fucking rubber lips are immune to your charms. Fucking, there's Arnold Schwarzenegger cashing in his fucking paycheck, but just barely putting in the effort for it. And I swear to God, like, everything that he says is an ice pun.
Exactly.
It's easier to count what is not an ice pun or just a joke in general than the rest of it. Jesus God. It's fucking terrible. And also, what in the holy hell is up with the minions looking like fucking backup dancers for a pop star? What the fuck? I do not fucking understand it. And of course, George Clooney is a terrible fucking Batman. No, just absolutely not. Good actor.
Second worst Batman.
Terrible as fucking Bruce Wayne. He's the second worst?
Yes, he's not Batfleck.
No, I'd put him below Batfleck.
I would not.
Easily.
Batfleck is awful.
I would easily. He's nothing about him screamed Bruce Wayne or Batman. It just did not translate at all. And of course, Chris O'Donnell is annoying as shit in this movie. And my fucking God, what was good about this?
Arnold.
Not really.
He's
I couldn't
funny.
even have fun with it. I could not have fun with it. The whole time I'm cringing
You
at
couldn't
what he
have
says.
fun with Arnold Schwarzenegger being a goofy Mr. Freeze.
Not really, because all like the delivery on are like super over the top, and I get it. Yeah, that's the joke. That part is funny. It's just what he's saying is not funny. It's like kindergartners wouldn't find that shit funny. And I cannot get over the fucking script for it. It's terrible. Even a goofy Arnold Schwarzenegger can't make it work. I mean, goofy Arnold to me is like Kindergarten Cop, not Mr. Freeze.
Dude, I think he's hilarious. What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
See, and that's where I'm like, I can't, I can't. It's too cringy. It's too cringy. Bat
Yep.
nipples, bat credit card. Yes, like yeah, all that, of course. Um, I don't have my gun, so I can't do you bastards, I'll kill you bullshit. But no, this movie is just it's bad, and I cannot have fun with it anymore. It's not even one that I say it's so bad it's good. It's just bad.
Clearly, you just can't
Batman
have
Forever is
fun.
Batman Forever is so bad that it's good. Because Jim Carrey as the Riddler is like one part absolutely retarded, the other part genius. But dear fucking God, what in the hell were they smoking when they put this shit together?
I don't know, but it was probably really, really good.
Maybe. Anyway, final verdict: two thumbs, way, way down.
Well, there you go. All right. So, my pick of the week is more robots because I have been on a big time mecha kick lately. So this week, it is Super Robot Wars X, which comes after Super Robot Wars V. I don't know why. But I don't really care either. So, oh, goodness. Oh, had to crack my neck there. So, where to begin with this one? So after I finished Super Robot Wars V, I was pretty jazzed to get started on Super Robot Wars X. Mostly because it's the one with the whole Gundam Wing squad in it. You get Wing Zero, Death Scythe Hell, the Shenlong, Heavy Arms Custom, and Sandrock Custom on top of the Tall Geese 3 and the Taurus with Lucrezia 9. And on top of that, you get a couple of units that are known only as the Mazin Emperors. They are these uber powerful Mazingers that are probably some of the coolest super robots you're ever going to see in your life. And let's just say the parts with them are pretty fucking epic. And the gimmick with this one is that it takes place in a fantasy world. And yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I did not like this particular Super Robot Wars nearly as much as I liked V. Now, V has become one of my favorite games ever after playing it. X kind of fell a little flat for me. But then again, it had a couple of issues that I had with it. The first off was that, unlike the last game, Super Robot Wars X, like, X is not really... it doesn't have an abundance of super robots and super robot shows that are represented. You have Mike Guine, you have Mazinger, you have Get a Robo, you have Daitarn 3 and Zambot, and that's about it. There's not many. In this, and there was a lot more real robot shows, a lot of Gundam, stuff like that, Star Blazers, things along those lines. And in this, it's kind of more balanced down the line. My problem with it is that one show that plays a lot into the late game is Gurren Lagann. I really don't like Gurren Lagann. I hate the art style. I think that it was way too it was too campy for me. Like there's some points where I'm like, this is straight up gay. You know? And I just couldn't get into it. And they were basically cramming Gurren Lagann down my throat at points of this. And I'm just like, this is dumb. I'm checking out. I have mentally checked out at this point. And especially when the whole anti-spiral thing happened.
There's a lot of checking out now.
And people are going to be mad at me about this, but I don't like Gurren Lagann. I can't get into it.
This is not the drill that will pierce the heavens.
No. Fuck the drills.
Oh, God.
Fuck them drills, fuck them kids. You know? So, that actually hurt the game big time for me. Because, again, Gurren Lagann just is not... It doesn't entertain me. You know? I don't... No. It doesn't vibe with me. That and, there's another anime in there, like Buddy Complex. Which I never really watched. I didn't even know it existed. So I don't know anything about it, so I couldn't really invest myself in it. Another issue that I had was that I haven't watched anything Code Geass oriented. So I couldn't really get invested in that plot line either. So that was kind of a bummer. The last boss also is like ridiculously hard for the sake of being ridiculously hard. And even though I beat him, I still was like, I felt nothing at the end. Like it was wholly unsatisfying. So ultimately it's not a bad game. It just doesn't hit the same sort of elements that V did in regards to its intensity and storytelling. And that I think is a bummer. So there's a few donations I need to read here. Changus says I'm gonna call an alien xenomorph and say fuck you, Micah. Gurren Lagann is awesome. Well, you're allowed to like crappy things. Chaos Sonic says don't forget to talk about the Mulan movie controversy because oh my god, I threw it in there. And then nice choice using Hearts from Get a Robot by Chaos Sonic. So thank you. Chaos Sonic donates another $1. It says donated 3 times. Just read them. Also, a crossover between Devilman and Mazinger called Devilman vs. Hades, the original story about Akira Fudo trying to find the soul of his lost love. I'm aware of that. Darth Bobcat says, you hate Gurren Lagann too? We finally completely agree on anime. I don't think this has ever happened before. Yeah, it might be a first. But yeah, not a Gurren Lagann fan. I never could get into it. So, and I think a lot of it is the art style. Like, the art style just, it doesn't do it for me. Because you have to keep in mind, like, the super robot shows that I like are Getter Robo and Mazinger, which are dark as fuck. So, they're Go Nagai series. Like, that's the only reason I like them so much. You know? But on the flip side, I mean, it has a lot of Gundams in it. You get, of course, like, Zeta, Double Zeta, Reconquista and G, Wing, of course, you know. So there's a lot of good, really good mobile suits in here. And there's a couple shows now I want to watch just to see what all the fuss was about, because their plot elements were interesting. One of them being Nadia, the Secret of the Blue Water, and the other one being Aura Battler Dunbine. So those I will probably check out. But some of the other ones I really couldn't give a fuck less about. So I'll never be a Gurren Lagann fan. It's too hokey. Like, it's just not my kind of story. I'm not really big into that sort of thing. So, and I never said dark and edgy equals good. I just prefer darker stories. It's a personal preference thing. Again, guys, simmer down. It's Friday. It's the weekend. The weekend is here. Chill the fuck out. Anyway, still wouldn't say don't buy Super Robot Wars X. If you're a Gurren Lagann fan, you'll probably like it. You know? But it's not as much my thing as V was. I'm big on real robot mecha stories. Those are my favorites. I'm actually watching Mobile Suit Gundam Zeta. Zeta Gundam. You know, I'll probably review that next week. I'm really enjoying that. So, but then again, that's more my speed. So. Chaos Sonic says, Mazinger I don't see as dark except one anime which takes notes from Devilman. Get a Robot I know is dark. Mazinger gets really dark at the end. It's pretty, it gets pretty crazy. So, Mazinger is definitely a Go Nagai story. We'll just put it that way. But, I do like Brave Express Might Guine, though, and I'm interested in looking at that only just because the solution to everything is justice. What's not to love? Not to mention, I know Xavier Harkonnen's in the chat, too. We've been, like, Optimus Deadpool has been loving Might Guine, which should surprise no one because, like Might Guine looks so much like Optimus Prime. So, but yes. So yeah, I will admit I have a corniness level, and like Gurren Lagann just goes too far. I'm like I just can't get into it. So, let's see here. Serena says if you like dark stories, wait till you see mine. Shameless plug. Also, for you and Hatman, would you do a video reviewing bad comics on the channel? That is still in the works. We're still trying to finish all the stuff. So, and Hardbolt, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about other people who are like legit pissed at me. Like, simmer. Personal taste, Jesus. So, all right. Now something to actually get angry about. So, first off, can I just say we called it?
Somebody pick up that phone.
Yeah,
because we fucking called it.
Tyler Preston donates $1, and he says here, what's funny about Getter Robos is more of a Lovecraftian horror mecha than actual mecha with Lovecraft's mythos. I'm looking at you, Demon Bane. Turn the Elder Gods into Moe girls. Also, have you read the Shin Mazinger Zero manga? I have not read any of the Mazinger manga. I've only seen the shows. So, okay. So, I just want to say, I remember when we first discussed the Cuties controversy.
Mm-hmm.
We called out some people for good fucking reason, because right at the beginning we said it's fucking disgusting. If you want to do something that is anti-sexualization of children, you don't sexualize children. You can make the point without doing that. You know, once again, the fucking French! Tarina de Guzman says here, I have a fan-translated SRW game for ROMs for the PSP, GBA, and PS1. If you want more, I can send them to you. I ordered T. Let me finish T first, and then we'll do that. I think that comes in by next week. So... So Cuties actually came out on the platform, and everybody who even quasi-defended it, or the people who quasi-defended it, went around and said, no, this is fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
So I
Yes.
just want to say this. Micah was right.
Yeah, we fucking called it.
Yeah. Pick up that fucking phone, bitches. Because we fucking called it. Chaos Sonic throws in a buck. Can we play a Fuck 'em on Movie Bob also? Oh, we got plans. So, what's with the buffering? Hit the F5 key. That'll take care of that. Anyway. So, the reaction to this has been strong, to say the least. Cancel Netflix was the #1 trending topic on Twitter yesterday.
Yep.
Because the fact is this. Cuties is a disgusting movie.
Yep.
It exploits children.
Yep.
And puts children in sexual situations.
Yep.
It is pedo bait.
If I'm not mistaken, there's actually nudity in it.
Uh-huh.
So it's not just pedo bait, it's straight up CP.
Pretty much. Chaos Sonic throws in another book and says, or another buck rather, I want to say this movie blob looks like Harvey Weinstein. Yeah, I don't know about that. They're both ugly as fuck. I'll give them that.
Fell out of the ugly tree and smacked every branch on the way down.
Mm-hmm. But, Holy Mother of God. And, like, now here's the thing. While this was going on, the head of Netflix was on CNN. CNN did not ask one question about this. At all.
Of course.
Completely ignored it. And people have outright defended it. One of which is Movie Bob. Another is Dick Masterson, who looks like a pedo. Why is it that the people that are defending this movie all look like pedos?
Why the fuck is Dick Masterson defending this now? I thought he was against degeneracy.
Because he's a piece of shit.
Christ. By the way, the official trailer is now gunning for the most disliked YouTube video of all time.
Let's make that happen.
1.7 million dislikes.
Let's make that happen, guys. Let's make that happen. Make that shit happen. Make it the most disliked video on YouTube ever. Seriously. I'm being dead serious when I say this. Make it happen. Make it so. I don't often, like, tell people to go do stuff. Make it so. Seriously. Because fuck this movie.
Yes.
Bobcat says, if the girls, instead of being underage, but say 16, do you think the supposed commentary would have worked better? I would say, like 18-ish. Like, you could do... Like, the thing is, you could do it with girls of legal age. And still tell a similar story. And it probably would have been more impactful.
See, that's the thing. Movies haven't really shied away from, teenagers in sexual situations and shit. But when this is like prepubescent children,
yeah,
that's going pretty fucking far. And keep in mind, these are like 10, 11, 12-year olds. These are preteen children.
Yeah.
This is not even remotely okay. There is nowhere in the world where this is legally okay. Like even countries with ridiculously low age of consent, this is not okay even there. So why all of a sudden it's okay now and why people are choosing to defend it makes me question the ethics of those people.
Yeah.
Because I do not see any moral or logical reason to defend this movie, to defend the content within this movie, unless you have some sort of ulterior motive.
Yeah.
Some people have been actually bringing up a pretty good point. Why the fuck wasn't this animated? You'd probably have a better reaction if this was an animated film. But instead, no, it's live action. And I don't know if you guys know this, but the whole reason why child pornography is illegal is because the very act of creating it constitutes sexual abuse of a child.
Yeah.
So Netflix very possibly could run into legal issues with this.
There's already a federal investigation into it.
And rightfully so, because this is Jesus Christ. There is nothing okay about this. Nothing at all. And it's worse than we imagined on top of that. So Jesus.
It's not worse than I
Turkey.
imagined. I knew it was bad. I read it. I read what the content was. I'm like, Jesus fuck. This is not good.
I did not foresee it actually having nudity in it.
Oh, I knew it would be there.
When I
I'm
heard
like, there's
when I
I
see
don't know, something
when I
about
heard
my
that I
gut
was like, oh
instinct.
fuck.
You know,
Hmm.
I am all for artistic expression, but you know, the thing about artistic expression is that there is a difference between just expressing and then expressing wisely. This is not how you do it. It's not. It's this feels it's just like the fact that there's nobody that was associated with this film asked themselves maybe we should stop.
Yeah.
Bothers me.
Yeah.
So
And again, it goes back to child abuse too. Like artistic expression is fine unless you're harming someone.
yeah.
Very clearly there is actual harm happening here. And I suppose there's some fault that lies with these kids' parents too for signing off on this shit. But Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
We have a button. Real quick, call
Hit
the
the
night through
button.
in a buck and says, makes it worse as this movie was made during the time when France was dealing with Muslims and them possibly making the age of consent 11-year-olds. Yeah. Since
Hit the
John
button.
Weitzel's been spamming this in chat, he says, didn't Sargon use Cuties as evidence that Netflix is run by nonces? Yeah. So, but we have a button. This goes out not just to Netflix. I've already canceled my subscription. I canceled it on air when we first discussed the Cuties controversy a couple weeks ago.
I canceled my subscription a long time ago.
Yeah.
So,
But
yeah.
the this isn't just for Netflix or the director of this film, who should probably be locked up. You know, because let's just put it this way: they didn't actually rape people on the set of Sallow, okay?
Yeah.
Or a Serbian film, for that matter. Not just the director, not just Netflix, but for every critic who is defending this, the Bob Chipmans and the Dick Mastersons and all these fucking sickos, all of you can go to hell. Exterminatus on all of you.
We have arrived, and it is now that we fulfill our charge. In fealty to the Lord our God, and by the grace of his throne, I declare exterminatus upon whatever scumbag we're declaring exterminatus on today. I hereby sign the death warrant of an entire wherever, and consign 1,000,000 souls, maybe, to oblivion. May imperial justice account in all balance. The Emperor protects.
Deus vult, Deus vult, Deus vult, Deus vult, Deus vult, Deus vult.
We do have good news today. Hatman, you're muted.
I was muted. Boomer moment. Yeah, boomer moment. Good news, everyone. I don't have the energy to.
So, Bendis Man has been canceled.
Oh, good. Finally. It only took him too fucking long.
Mm-hmm.
Because he wasn't supposed to be on the goddamn book to begin with.
Let me say this.
Because Bendis, by the way.
Yeah. Brian Michael Bendis never had any business writing Superman.
No.
And let me just say this. From who, of all of the reviewers at the time within Comicsgate, who was saying over and over again, this will not end well. Who was telling everyone that Man of Steel was actually really fucking stupid and was going to end in nothing. Fucking me. And I told y'all 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, Bendis is out of his prime. He has no good ideas. And he is going to try to make it quote-unquote relevant to today as opposed to actually writing compelling stories. The Superman on my left is the complete embodiment of Bendis Man. Soft looking, looks like he just rolled out of bed and found Lois having sex with Clark Kent, with Bruce Wayne in his bedroom.
His chin is rounded, for God's sake.
Yeah.
That tells you everything you need to fucking know.
Daniel Parker throws $5 at us, says, here's $5 so you can do anime cringe. Thank you, Daniel.
Shit, fuck.
Bendis Man was awful. Bendis Man let his evil father fucking take his wife and child and just sat there. Then he turned Jonathan Kent evil. Ruining Super Sons. He turned Superman into a beta male. I wanted to give you guys something for perspective. I'm going to bring up the Comic-Con numbers real quick. I'm going to bring up the monthly sales. So pre-COVID would be March. Now we're going to compare this to March of last year. I'm sorry, of 2 years ago. So we're actually going to do Superman around the time that Comicsgate started. Superman was not, by the way, selling that great. Even 3 years ago. The book has not sold that great for a while. Sadly.
Which is crazy because it's fucking Superman.
Yeah. But it was still selling, it was still in the top 20, selling around 58,000 units at its lowest. Under Bendis, Superman has shipped only less than 38,000 units.
Jesus.
You have a 20,000 potential reader drop off there. Because Bendis.
Because fucking Bendis.
And by the way, 2017 was sort of like the end of the major rebirth arcs. And usually comics tend to start dropping off around the end of an arc. There is no reason that fucking Superman should be shipping less than 40,000 units.
Superman.
Yeah. Chaos Sonic says, thing is that frustrates me is how could they not kick him off sooner? I know. It's because they didn't want the optics. They're not even like saying that it's canceled. They're trying to say, oh, Brian's wrapping up. Wrapping
Which
up.
is the same thing they said with Tom
King.
King's Batman.
Yeah. I think this deserves a fuck 'em. Because fuck Bendis.
I think so too. Because Bendis.
Yeah.
Fuck 'em.
So real quick, we're only going to cover this for about 5 minutes because we're running out of time. Disney's Mulan issues. So, first off, fuck the quartering. Real quick. Jeremy, you're a fucking cunt rag. This was not filmed inside of a concentration camp. You don't fuck around with that stuff for clicks. It's irresponsible. So, Grimace, fuck off. Anyway. So... Hatman knows what I mean, because we've met the guy in person.
I'm sorry,
So for those who don't know what I mean by that... Because this Hatman is dying, I now have to explain this. The quartering is a tall individual, but he is pear-shaped. He's about as muscular as Rosie O'Donnell. The guy's built like a 60-year-old grandma.
Oh my god.
So if he wore a purple suit, he would look like Grimace.
Fuck you, Grimace. Oh god. All right, you're gonna fucking kill me. This too now.
Yep. D.E. Lloyd throws in $3, says, so episodes of The Office and Community get unjustly removed, yet Cuties gets a free pass. Great standards. Yep. I'm with you there.
Oh my god.
And no, it was not filmed inside of a concentration camp. It was near one.
Yeah, there was something in the credits where like they thanked some facility or whoever for letting them film there, and it turns out that's, people who were overseeing one of the Uyghur camps.
Yeah. So it was that was a big mess. And now because of the negative press, the Chinese aren't even going to allow advertisements for this film.
Fucking good.
Yeah. So the movie that was meant to pander to the Chinese market now isn't even going to allow it to be advertised. Wow.
You know why? It's because China is asshole.
Yes. And this I think is the ultimate economic lesson that Disney could learn. That was always a volatile market in the first place, because it is completely and totally controlled by the government. There is no free artistic expression in China.
Mm-hmm.
That market could bite you in the ass in an instant if you're not careful.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't look at it as your main way of making money. You should look at it as a secondary market that just happens to be very large.
Mm-hmm.
Pandering to those markets never turns out well. And my favorite example of that is Tekken 7. They put in a character, I think his name is Shaheen. I don't even remember. He's not really that useful or memorable, but he is the Arab character. Basically to pander to the fact that Tekken is very popular in Arab nations now. You want to know who ended up being the #1 character played in Arab nations? Lucky Chloe!
Not even surprised.
Yeah. So, never pander. It's never worth it. All right. It's time for the Q&A.
Time for Q&A.
So we have a
Q&A
lot
time.
in the Discord server.
As usual.
Ninjato wants to know, how would you fix Batman and Robin? I would just make a better Batman movie, which is what the Nolan trilogy was. D.E. Lloyd asks through donation, when compared to Netflix, is Disney the lesser of two evils? Because at least they don't promote pedo bait. Yes, I would agree with that. Let's see here. Alistair says he's been replaying XCOM Enemy Within and getting my ass kicked. What are your top 5 favorite strategy video games of all time? I don't have 5. Strategy is not a genre that I usually get into. So, all I could say is I really like StarCraft, and I really like Super Robot Wars V. And I did like the XCOM remake, and that's about it. Let's see here. Changus wants to know which Getter Robo anime should one start with? New Getter Robo, and then watch Armageddon right after. Let's see here. Zion the Blank asks, do we play any simulator games? Gotten back into flight sims and currently playing Train Simulator to help relax. I used to play Flight Simulator when I was a kid.
I did too.
That's about it, though.
I
I'm
did
probably
too.
going to download the
Yep.
new one at some point.
Apparently, it's really fucking good.
That's
so.
what I've heard. King Bean wants to know, what are the best ways to portray a vision, foresight of the future in a story? I want to make it an essential part of my story, but I'm afraid it'll bite me in the butt later on.
Are you talking like real world foresight of the future, or just like a
Or just foreshadowing?
general? Okay.
Foreshadowing. People put it in there all the time. Like, I wouldn't even worry about that too much. If you're gonna have like an actual vision of the future, make sure that it's vague enough that you can still tell a story. That would be my advice.
Rules of time travel still apply though. Depending on which rules you go by. If this is a vision that can be changed, then stick with it. If this is a vision of the future that cannot be changed at all, then make sure you stick with that.
Yeah. Is there no fate but what you make?
Yeah,
To make a
exactly.
Terminator reference.
There you go.
Deimos wants to know, would you ever check out Giant Robo the animation? It's basically a remake of Voyage into Space and Johnny Soko, except with Miyazaki-level animation, cyborg ninjas, and samurais, a poignant pro-father message, and lots of Dragon Ball-esque superhero action, as well as giant robot brawls. Well, I'd heard that there was an anime of Voyage into Space, and it was a lot better. I think it might have been Deimos who actually told me that. So, I might check it out sometime. Matchstick says, for entertainment, thoughts on Justice League International. Justice League International. Well, there's been a few. I mean, I remember Justice League International from when I was younger. There was one when Power Girl was in it. Because I remember she had the butt cleavage costume.
This is what I'm thinking of.
Other than that, I don't really know a whole lot about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same one.
I own like one JLI fucking comic, and that's it. That's why I was like, what? I think I got that in a brown bag years ago.
Yeah, I never read any of the run.
Yeah.
Apparently J.M. DeMatteis wrote it. Well, that's...
DeMatteis is good shit. I'll highly endorse anything of his.
Yeah, he's fantastic. Let's see here. Servant of God asks, how badly is Disney panicking after Daisy Ridley admitted that Lucasfilm under Kennedy had zero plan for Rey or much of anything with the sequels on Jimmy Kimmel? Plus reports from Chase they aren't expecting them to make 2019 money until 2025. Well, the latter part isn't that much of a deal because it's because of COVID.
Disney ain't fucking panicking because the sequel trilogy's over and done with. It's in the can.
Yeah, and they've got
So
MCU stuff coming.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, what the plan was and whatever. The reviews are in. It's done. It's over with.
Yeah.
I mean, ain't no point.
Let's see here. But them not having any plans doesn't surprise me. I mean, the as we know, the sequel trilogy was a fucking mess.
Mm-hmm.
What else we got? Xenonick wants to know, what do we think is Bendis' worst mistake at Marvel? Oh God, Bendis' worst mistake? Um, the Sentry. Forcing the Sentry on everyone as opposed to Thor was a huge mistake. You know, so Avengers Disassembled, that whole bit was a massive mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Kit Knightwood wants to know, would you guys check out a Knight Rider 82 convention next year or in the future? No, I'm not a Knight Rider fan.
Yeah, I wasn't using a Knight Rider. Did we already answer Holy Ninja Toast question?
I think.
How would you fix Batman and Robin?
Oh, I just said make better Batman movies, which is what the Nolan trilogy was.
I guess I missed that one. Ironically, I would not change a thing about Batman and Robin because that being a travesty is what gave us the Dark Knight trilogy. So no, we got much better movies as a result of that one tanking. And arguably the best superhero movie of all time. So nope, I wouldn't change a damn thing. Butterfly effect. All right. I like this question a lot from the chat. Strike Forcer asks, do you think that Cuties deserves First Amendment protection, or should it fall under the category of obscenity and therefore be unprotected? Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we're
That is
arguing.
it absolutely would be under obscenity law, for sure. At the very, very least. I would argue it's full on CP. The nudity bit crosses the line for it.
Yeah.
That's absolutely so.
People are throwing money at us.
Oh Lord.
Chaos Sonic
Please don't
said,
make us do more anime cringe.
oh, he throws in a couple bucks. He says, Disney, what did you expect? Walt was against communists, and fuck you, Seth MacFarlane. Walt also hated Nazis. He was never one. Yeah, it's true. Chaos Sonic asks also through another $1, how would we fix Bendis Superman? Never do it.
Yeah.
The whole story was stupid. Like, there's nothing redeemable about it.
The whole goddamn thing was just Bendis wanting to change key bits of Superman lore so he could put his little Bendis stamp of impact on Superman as a character, which is bullshit. Absolute bullshit. I mean, the whole thing started out with fucking Jor-El helping destroy Krypton, for God's sake. Fuck that shit. Fuck Bendis.
Agreed. All right, what else we got from the chat? We've got 5 minutes before anime cringe.
5 minutes. All right. Brian Gilmartin asks, thoughts on Fist of the North Star?
Awesome.
Yes, like the movie. That's all I've seen. Crystal Hydra asks if his Dell Latitude E6430 can run Dawn of War 1 and 2.
Huh? I don't know. Go to canyourunnit.com.
Yeah. Do that. Let's see. Evergreen Boss asks, what World War II story would you write?
Like if I had like a comic? Battle of the Bulge, probably.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to explore the Nazi occupation of Paris, but not from, or not Paris, France, but not from the perspective of the French resistance, from the perspective of the Nazis themselves. I think that'd be interesting. We're kind of short on stories that actually humanize Nazis, or at least like deal with the people who might not necessarily be all in on the master race bits, but still feel strongly because of their love of country. So I think it'd be interesting. But the thing is, you wouldn't be able to get away with it today.
Yeah.
There's no way you'd be able to. Let's see. Miguel Barrera is spamming this one. Might sound redundant, but who do you want the Outlaw Star cast to interact with in Super Robot Wars?
I would have loved to have seen Outlaw Star and Cowboy Bebop in the same game. I think that would be interesting to see.
That'd be neat. Harboil asks, do we think Jim Lee is cleaning house at DC because Bendis getting booted? And does this make DC and the Comicsgate community the new big two?
No and no.
No. No. Comicsgate cannot become a big two tier until it has a plethora of like really well received, widely read titles.
Yeah, and we're not there yet.
No.
And
this is still early days.
Part of it, and this needs to kind of be understood, part of it's probably not going to happen until books start getting into shops.
Yeah.
And
that
into
is,
places.
That's
And this is something that is going to be a little controversial by me saying. I'm not happy that Mitch and Betty Brightweiser are separating themselves from Comicsgate, but they did the right thing with Allegiance Arts.
Mm. Yeah, this is controversial.
So that was a smart move to get comics into Walmart.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just not happy with them putting distance between CG like that. I would hope that Mitch would still be wearing that proudly, but he's made some pretty big mistakes in doing that. He's lost the goodwill of the internet comic book community as such. So it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
All right. If you did not get your question answered, please submit it for the overflow. And I have randomly selected of the two, for us to cringe on, and Changus wins. Stop it.
Okay.
Why is this constantly auto-playing? YouTube, you suck. Okay. So, apparently,
right. Tell me when.
something is very cute. Or so it says. You ready, partner?
Tell me when.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I am a perfect human. I'm a god. Yeah.
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what?
The fuck was
I'm
that?
sorry, what? You know, that was actually some cringe. That's actually some. That's the first time I've had some cringe in a while.
Yeah, I
I got nothing. I've got fuck all.
I got nothing either. I have tacos. I have tacos at least. Like that's a thing. But what the fuck?
No fucking idea.
Well,
None.
congrats to
Zero.
Changus. He actually made us cringe. So Changus wins. Cringeality. So before we take off, let's thank Chaos Sonic, D.E. Lloyd, Daniel Parker, Call of the Night, and Darth Bobcat for their generosity for this podcast. Thank you all very much who donated this week. We really appreciate you guys. We will be returning for the overflow again because we forgot, so we'll try to get it done early this week. That's my bad. And yeah, if you didn't get your question answered during the course of the podcast, please let Hatman know. He's taking the questions for this week. And
I'm taking questions.
yeah, we got another overflood coming, so be prepared for that.
Yep.
So on that note, I am going to go eat Mexican food and possibly slip into a coma for a couple hours, and then maybe we'll continue Super Robot Wars tonight. I don't know. Depends on what Xavier and Optimus are doing. If they're not around, then I'm probably not going to do it, because I'm terrible streaming by myself. So, and I know Hatman's not going to want to pull an all-nighter. So
No, absolutely not.
So on that note, guys, we really appreciate you guys. Until next time, my name is Micah Curtis.
I'm Alex Baldwin, and I've got shit to ship.
Indeed. So, before we take off, just remember, the French suck.